pitched game 4. Now pitches again in the 7th game. The inside pitch on Frank. Viola ahead, 0-2 on Coleman. Got him.
That's something we did not see in St. Louis.
Left-handed pitching of the Twins so far.
In the air to right center field. Puckett moves toward the gap and gets it. Quickly 2 down here in the 1st inning with the bases empty.
And onto the bench. You rarely see him sitting on the bench with the players.
And in between the battery of Magrane and Lake.
Yeah.
Little grounder to third. Gary Gaetti turns it into out number 3, and the Cardinals are gone in order after a half. St. Louis nothing, and Minnesota coming up. The lineup which got them here, while the Cardinal lineup is obviously because of the injuries and other problems.
Over. When he gets ahead, he'll come inside, but basically wants to throw that sinker away.
It's grounded and stopped by Lindemann. Shovels to Magrane. Nice play for the out. 1 gone here in the 1st inning. So they keep Gladden off the base paths. And he gets it. Ran it down and in on Gagne. And there are 2 gone with Kirby Puckett coming up.
And this is a point that you alluded to all series, Timmy. When you get ahead, you can make the hitter expand the strike zone.
2 out, bases empty. And 1-1 the count on Puckett. Hit slowly toward third. Lawless throws low, scoop late. Two and 1 the count. And that's hit toward the gap in right center field, but racing over is Oquendo, and he makes the catch. Great play by Jose. No score after 1.
The Cardinals, what happened is they just got blown out of the ballpark. So defense, so much of their game.
Jim Lindemann starts the 2nd inning by looping one into center field for a base hit. So Lindemann is 5 for 13 in the World Series, playing in a platoon role. The rookie leads off with a base hit. That's line in the left for a base hit. Gladden fields on a hop. Lindemann stops at 2nd. And so the first 2 Cardinals get on here in the 2nd inning. And it will bring up Tony Pena, who is the designated hitter.
Yeah, with breaking ball. Too many fastballs have been fed to Tony so far in this series.
Another fastball, though, is wrapped into center for a base hit. Lindemann around third comes in to score. Stopping at 2nd is McGee. Cardinals lead 1-0. Popped up, and the infield fly rule is in effect. Herbeck makes it official. One away in the 2nd inning. I don't know if the Twins could hear each other.
What, 65, 70 feet?
Enough.
In the air to right center field and deep, but Puckett has room and makes the catch on the track. McGee tags and goes to third. Pena retreats to first. So Tom Lawless in game 5, but didn't hit. And he hits it into left field for a base hit. So another sudden hero. 2-0 as McGee scores. Steve Lake.
Great line. He comes into the training room. He's watching the football game, and he says...
And 281 when he gets his rest. To shallow center field, Lombardozzi and Gagne go out, and it's Gagne for the catch. And the Cardinals parlay 4 singles into 2 runs and a 2-0 lead the middle of the 2nd inning. Yeah.
And he gets the affirmation from Lee Wire.
Great. In the line of duty. In agony, he still makes the call, and Baylor gets hit by the pitch. And that's nothing new.
What about the 226th time in his career?
1-0 on Brunansky. Nobody out. Bottom of the 2nd. 2-0 Cards. Toward the hole, base hit. Baylor stops at 2nd. strikes out swinging. And that's a case where maybe they go if it's a right-handed pitcher, but not against the lefty. And how big now is that check swing strike? That's grounded to the hole for a base hit. Baylor is being waved in. Here comes Coleman's thrown away. They get him. What a throw. Brunansky stops at second.
The reason he is so good at that, he charges the ball. But in my opinion, Brunansky and Lautner should move up on this play because of the ball being hit so sharply. I'll tell you, it looked like a high tag to me. The ball
looks like he's safe.
Looks like he's safe, but because the ball beat him, the little short hop and the tag. Yeah, he tags him high. Yeah, he's safe.
Oh, yeah. Foot there, but out. 2-0 on Lombardozzi. And that's wrapped into center field for a base hit. Brunansky will come in to score, throwing to second, getting back in there safely is Lautner.
Inside again.
Popped up. Tommy Herr is there. And he stays with it. Twins get a run. 2-1 Cards after 2. Back after this from your local station. But in each instance, the visiting team won Game 7. Ozzie Smith starts the third with a chopper to third, and he's thrown out by Gaetti. Watch a play every day, and you really appreciate it. Koufax.
2 days rest, 10 strikeouts, 2-0 victory.
Good change curve. Got it. We're way out in front.
That's what you can do when you get ahead. You can take a little something off. The ball ends up being almost a perfect pitch.
Got him on a fastball. 3 up, 3 down after 2.5. It's St. Louis 2, Minnesota 1. Got him. Kept it in and down on him, and he's out of there.
Well, same formula as Frank Viola. Gets ahead, and then Gagne chases a ball.
Game in the World Series went to extra innings. Second and last time. Puckett drives it to deep center field. McGee goes all the way back, leaps up, and has it. Willie McGee does what Kirby Puckett does to so many in the American League. He robs them. 2 out, bases empty. 2-0 on Gaetti. Lawless to Lindemann and off his glove. So a not so routine play, as it turns out.
Necessarily had to make the call.
Runner goes, pitch is low and inside, and the throw, no chance. Giant jump, and Lake didn't have a prayer to throw Gaetti out. Another look now. 2-2 to Baylor, got him swinging. So the error does no damage, and we'll move to the 4th in Game 7. Still 2-1 St. Louis. Frank Viola gets McGee. McGee, if you've watched him in postseason, he's a real good hitter, has been, he's won a batting title. 1-2 to count on Pena. Got it. And boy, is he insane.
But if they're not going to make you, why do it?
Oquendo grounds it to Gaetti. Will corrals it and throws him out. 7 straight set down by Viola. 3.5, 2-1 Cardinals. Tom Brunansky leads off for the Twins with the Cardinals on top 2-1. And he hits it in the air to shallow left field. Coleman comes charging in, puts it away. 1 pitch and 1 gone. And it will bring up Kent Hrbek. I say would have been the tying run. That would have been the first run, and then they subsequently scored. And Herbeck, of all things, bunts to try to get on, and he's out. Lefty against lefty, and even though he took Daly deep yesterday, he was struck out by Magrane in the second, and he figured he would try to cross him up. A walk for Laudner with 2 out. Steve Lombardozzi comes up. In the air to McGee. And Willie puts it away to end the 4th inning. At the end of 4, still 2-1 Cardinals. Back after this word from your local station. Lawless flied out in the 2nd inning. Frank Viola, who has set down the last 7. Lawless pops it up. And it's Herbeck in foul territory.
Back in the 2nd inning, he gave up 4 base hits, almost all of them on strikes.
Hit when a bat is splintered a little bit, but not a lot.
That's the end of that bat.
Speaking of splinters.
Yeah. On a grounder to second. A broken bat. Ground ball to Lombardozzi. 2 down. Viola has set down 9 in a row.
Somebody, it would be a bad play.
Frank Viola has set down 10 in a row at the end of 4.5. 2-1 win. The St. Louis Cardinals lead 2-1.
Had a strike, and he did.
Smith, and that's as good as gold. 1 out. Gagne with 1 out. Gagne has struck out twice. To the right side, confusion by Lindeman. Magrane covers, and no, safe. Magrane thought he was there. Wire says no. Lindeman didn't know which way to go. He started to first, then he went for the ball. He didn't know where to be.
Gagne's across the bag. See, he can't see it. If the throw was out in front of him, he would have had a chance to catch it.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, it looked like he did touch it.
Well, he did, but
Danny Cox now comes in to pitch on 2 days rest. He has not pitched in relief. Gagne at first, 1 out. Ripped toward the gap in right center field for extra bases, up against the fence. Gagne around third, on his way in. The game is tied on a double. He walked him.
well, I came in 83. I had been used in relief towards the end of the year. I remember a playoff game where I pitched one day and came back the next day.
It gets away from Lake, and he throws to third, and they get him. Puckett delayed. Then he saw that the ball had gotten free.
Really a wild pitch, a legitimate one. Second, third, 1 out.
Side of the mask.
Yeah.
Taylor loops it into left field for a base hit. Roman charges. Here comes the throw home, and he is out. Lake holds the ball. Woo! What a play by Lake.
Gaetti has every right to nail Lake in that situation. Nothing else you can do.
Ozzie Smith hits a pop-up, caught by Gagne. 1 out in the top of the 6th, and Tommy Herr coming up. And so Whitey's really got a problem if Lake can't make it back out. The other catcher, Pagnozzi, has the flu. That's grounded into center field for a base hit. So Tommy Herr with a 1-out single, and Lindeman is the batter. 2-2 tie in the 6th inning. And they have Herr picked off. Herbeck to Lombardozzi to Viola. Viola backs up on the play, and Hacker says, how can you possibly call him out? And here comes Herzog, and good luck with Whitey and Wire here, with Lee hearing anything.
It's up to the hitter to put the ball in play. And Tommy gets nailed here. You've got to make sure the pitcher goes home. pitches ago. But he is clearly safe. Herbeck almost, that's interference on top of it. He should be awarded second base. 2 times.
Absolutely. 12 of them. After a controversy-free first 6 games, we've had enough for an entire series tonight. Fly ball off Lindeman's bat to Brunansky. End of a wild top of the 6th. Still 2-2. Because Coleman threw Gaetti out. And he walks him. So he has yet to retire a man on his own. And Herbeck comes up.
Well, what you said early in the pre-game show is so true.
But I think Whitey feels Cox just doesn't have it. He's walked 3, he's given up a single and a double, and he can't go any longer. And Danny says, hey, man, I tried my best. And there's a few words for the umpire as well.
Until we meet. Do it very effectively.
Just couldn't do it. Now Worrell, nobody out. 1 ball, 2 strikes. He swings away, pops it up in foul ground, playable for Lindeman. A big out. A big out. Still runners at first and second. Brunansky is the go-ahead run. They go. High, ball 4. They're loaded. Got him. He chased it for the second out. Ground ball. Wallace stabs it. Throws a one-hopper too late. Twins lead. Tip held by Lake, strike 3. They get a run to take the lead. 3-2 Twins after 6. Back after this from your local station.
This is a weird game, I'm telling you. Newman made the catch off the fence. Yeah.
That's hit sharply to short. Gagne backs up, guns him down. In the air to right field, deep. Brunansky back and plays it off the bottom of the fence. Pena on his way to second and in with a double. Tony Pena with his second hit.
And 3 walks in the 5th game when he had trouble.
Struck him out.
And when he does, the first emotion we've seen, a little jump, a little skip. I tell you what, you get to the 7th inning of the 7th game of the World Series.
Pena goes, pitches high, throw to Gaetti off the heel of his glove, and Pena is safe.
Oh, boy.
I don't understand it.
I don't
mean, it
either.
worked, but
1-2 on Lawless, who lines it to center field right at Puckett. At the end of 6 1/2, Minnesota 3, St. Louis 2.
Coleman throws out 2 runners at the plate, and Tom Lawless makes that good play with the bases loaded with the runners running.
The shallow center, McGee gets a late start, comes charging in, makes the catch on the run. Willie plays a deep center anyway, and he caught that up near the heel of the glove.
Bitter hit a lot of home runs. 1979, 36 home runs, or excuse me, 39 home runs, 136 RBIs.
Fly ball to right. Oquendo looking up into the Teflon, makes the catch. 2 down, and Brunansky. Popped up. Lawless circling, stays with it. Nothing's routine. To the 8th, still 3-2 Twins. Along with the commissioner, the Twins 6 outs from the title. broken bat, little roller. Gaetti to Herbeck. Lake is gone. One down.
Year, and obviously much easier to run on than Frank Viola.
Brunansky charging in. There, makes the play. 2 down.
So playing the percentages.
Weak grounder to Newman. 7.5 gone. 3-2 Minnesota. Lindemann started to break toward the ball and now gets back to the bag for the out. 1 away. And October 25th. It doesn't matter. Base hit. Lautner at first, 1 down. Al Newman. Newman bats for the first time in the game. As a left-handed batter, he hit 178 this year. Hits it in the air. Coleman was playing him to slice anyway and makes the catch in foul territory. So 2 down. And Dan Gladden. Toward the gap in right center field and up the alley. Lautner is being waved in by Reddick. Here comes the relay from her, and Lake can't handle it. 4-2.
Your rhythm.
Line drive, 1 hop to Tommy Herr, and that's that in the 8th. To the 9th, 4-2, Minnesota in Game 7. A year later, they are 3 outs away from the World Championship. And Jeff Reardon. Center field, shallow, tuck it on, 1 out.
Spillman hit a home run. I don't like to give up home runs, but it's better than walking somebody with a 2-run lead.
Gaetti calling. 2 gone. To Gaetti, for the first time ever, the Minnesota Twins are the world champions.